Question number 13. Foci is at plus or minus 4, 0, which is plus or minus c, 0. So your hyperbola is along the x-axis. Correct? Then it is also given that the lattice rectum length is 12. Lattice rectum na 2b square divided by a equals 12. You solve it like how you solved the previous question. But in the earthla, your hyperbola is on the x-axis. So the equation is x square by a square minus y square by b square equals 1. So what do you have? C equals 4. 2b square by a equals 12, which means b square equals 12a divided by 2, which is 6a. This is one equation. What is the other equation that you know? A square plus b square equals c square. A square plus b square equals c square and 16. 4 square is 16. So b square equals 16 minus a square. Comparing the two, I have 16 minus a square equals 6a. 16 minus a square equals 6a. Bringing everything to my right hand side, I have a square plus 6a minus 16 equals 0. 16 can be split into 8 times 2 with a minus to 2. So a square plus 8a minus 2a minus 16 equals 0. So I am left with a veliletta a plus 8. I need an a plus 8 here. So I need to take minus 2 equals 0. So a minus 2, a plus 8 equals 0. A equals 2, a equals minus 8. Rejecting the negative value because distance cannot be negative. My a is 2, my a square is 4. So a square 4 na b square na b square is 16 minus a square. So 16 minus 4, which is 12. So what does my equation look like? My equation is x square divided by a square minus y square divided by b square equals 1. Okay. Question number 14. Vertices is given to be plus or minus 7, 0. And the eccentricity is given to be 4 divided by 3. So this lies on the x-axis. So this is nothing but plus or minus a, 0. So how does your hyperbola look like? It lies on the x-axis. So equation eppadi irukum? X square by a square minus y square by b square equals 1. Eccentricity, you know that it is c divided by a, which is 4 divided by 3. So c equals 4 divided by 3 times a. What is your a? It is given in the question to be 7. So you have 4 divided by 3 times 7, which is 28 divided by 3. So a would value 7, c would value 28 by 3. What is your b? You need to find out using the relation that you know. A square plus b square equals c square. B square equals c square minus a square. When I substitute the values, I have b square equals c square, which is 28 by 3 the whole square minus 7 square. 28 square and 64, 6, 8 to 16, 22, 8 to 16, 1, 2 to 4, 5. So 784. Which is 784 divided by 9 minus 49. When I take the LCM, I have 784 minus 981. 8, 9, 4, 36. 36 plus 8 is 44 divided by 9. 784, 441. 3, 4, 3. 343 divided by 9. My b square. What is my a square? I already know what my a is. So a square is 49. So what does my equation look like? X square divided by 49 minus y square divided by 343 divided by 9 equals 1. So இதை எப்படி further simplify பண்ணலாம்? X square by 49 minus 9y square divided by 343 equals 1. Okay. Question number 15, last and the final question of the exercise and the chapter. Okay. So foci another 0, plus or minus root 10 passing through the point 2, 3. So what do you see? 0, plus or minus c. So 0, plus or minus a. So your hyperbola lies on the y-axis. So it is like this. So your equation looks like y square divided by a square minus x square divided by b square equals 1. A is along the y-axis. So now the value of c is root 10. So you need to find the value of a and b in order to find the equation. So enala theriyum, it is given that 2, 3 passes through the hyperbola. So I am going to substitute the values. So I have 3 square divided by a square minus 2 square divided by b square equals 1. 9 by a square minus 4 by b square equals 1. Where in a relation theriyum? I know that a square plus b square equals c square. So I have a square plus b square equals c square and 10. So I can write one of the variables in terms of the other variable. So I have b square equals 10 minus a square. So when I substitute that here, I have 9 divided by a square minus 4 divided by 10 minus a square equals 1. So when I take the LCM, I have 9 times 10 minus a square minus 4 times a square equals a square times 10 minus a square. So this open panna enna agum? I have 90. So I'll write it down here. When I open this, I have 90 minus 9a square minus 4a square equals 10a square minus a power 4. Okay. So 90 minus 9 minus 4 minus 13 minus 10 is minus 23. So I'll write one step by step. Minus 13a square minus 10a square plus a power 4 equals 0. Bringing everything to one side. So I have a power 4 minus 13 minus 10 another minus 23a square plus 90 equals 0. I'll replace a square by p. So when a square is p, a power 4 is p square. So quadratic equation another p square minus 23p plus 90 equals 0. So 90 a prime factorization panna, I have 5 1s are 5, 5 8s are 6, 3 times. So I'm left with 6 5 33 varadu 18 5. So it is 18 times 5. So 90 can be written as 18 times 5 minus minus. So in order to get minus 23. So I have p square minus 18p minus 5p plus 90 equals 0. P times p minus 18, p minus 18. So minus 5 equals 0. P minus 5, p minus 18 equals 0. So p oda value enna? P equals 5, p equals 18. So when p equals 5, what is my a square? So a square equals p. A equals square root of p. Appo a oda value will be root 5. When a equals 18, I have a equals root 18. Okay, so these are my values of a, and my a square is 5 and 18. So what are my two equations? When my a square is 5, my b square is 10 minus 5, which is 5. So the equation becomes y square divided by a square minus x square divided by b square equals 1. So it becomes y square minus x square equals 5. This is when a square equals 5. When a square equals 18, b square equals 10 minus 18, which is minus 8. B cannot have a negative value because distance cannot be negative. So this is the only equation that is valid. Okay. Thank you so much for watching Math&Me with Nikhila Sankar. So with this we are done with the entire conic sections chapter for 11th standard. Do subscribe the channel if you liked the video. Idukapprama adutha chapters I'll be putting very soon. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.